to utilize it later. So here is the lecture that what we are supposed to start today. That is the second part of our Android GUI. In our first part of GUI, we try to use the different components, including the button and text view and editable text, and we try to come up with the application. That was the calculator, and we try to see that how we can use them. So as you remember that GUI components are important because any of the application what we are going to design, that will be essential to use these components or controls. That's why we cannot avoid it. So in our today's session, we will be further trying to use the other different controls and to see their functionalities as well. So today we will be focusing, targeting for the few other controls, and mainly out of them will be radio buttons, how they can work in a group, and then we can see how we can make them functional using the code, and also we will try to see about the checkboxes and their functionalities as well, and about the seek bar. If we will have a time, we can go for that as well. Otherwise, we can keep it for you to do the practice for that one as well. So when we are going to discuss and means applying these things, do the practice in a way, try to use the same things while you are attending the class. You will feel that the things are pretty simple and you understand them, no doubt in it. But always keep one important point in your mind, that for the programming and mathematical courses, they are only done while you do it them hands-on and doing the practices. So when we're done with these things, you can apply, do it by yourself as well. If you wish, you can do it while I'm explaining to you. You can open your machines and we can do it together. That is the most important way you can do it easily. And later on, you try to do the practice which is very related to the concepts that what we have used, and you try to see that how you can use them in the real life applications as well. And in the lab sessions, in your tutorial session, these are your shows, so you can try to come up with the instructions whatever they provided to you, to follow them and try to do the practice as you can understand the things more and do the practice more. So if we go ahead, you can see that today we will be again recapping the same concept that what we discussed in our previous lecture, and we will be recapping the same thing what we did that in our previous lecture, and that will be repeating in our next lecture as well. After the next lecture, we will be going for the new concept, which is for sure we will be using the GUI and these components, but then we will be going a bit ahead to see the Android lifecycle. And once we understand about the Android lifecycle, then we will try to see how we can handle the database and how we can go for that. That's a particular part. And then from the database to onward, that will be the a bit advanced topics as well. because we have only one semester and has very few weeks. So that's why we are trying to get the maximum benefit, and you can get the maximum benefit by doing a lot of practice, do the same thing, and do the something related to that. Utilize your lab time and utilize your tutorial session time, and accept the challenges and do the things, and the day you will be get success for sure. So this is the recap about the view, that what we discussed last time, that what is the view and what is the view group and what are the classes and how and where they reside and how they are means interlink, and what are the different components and controls that what we are using and what we used in our previous class as well, and what we are planning to use them today as well. So going ahead, that today we are going to use about the compound buttons, which is actually, if you allow me, I can make a pointer for you. So I don't know here we can make a pointer or not. Arrow, hidden, laser pointer, no, pen color, yes. Green and red, okay. Yeah. So we will be using these things today, and we will be using, means probably these are at least few more as well. And if we find a time, then we can also use about the seek bars as well. So we already use about the edit text color, we already use about the button. So this comes under this group, and we will be using the rest of the things. We are using the frame layout, we are using the relative layout, and we will be using the other layouts as well. And the other rest of the controls, image control, you already used yourself. Progress bar, probably we have time to use otherwise, but we will cover that today. So you can see that most of the things are going to be done, and then this is the date picker and time picker and calendar picker, and these things we will be probably using in our next week. And the radio group, we are going to use it today as well. And the other things we will be using, few of them which are remaining, they will be used in the next semester, in the next week, or maybe while we will be using our application for the databases and our other advanced applications. So we will not only be using these controls, but we will be using even more than these controls as well. So you can see that how these things are making the Android applications useful. Now going ahead, you remember that what we mentioned. So as a sort of recap, because today again we are looking to see that how we can use these controls. So as I mentioned to you, that today we will be using the same controls that what we used previously, like the button, like the edit text and the text views. But in addition to that, we will be using the group radio buttons and radio buttons and the checkboxes, and see that how they can be providing functionalities and about the linear layout as well. So these are all of the things we are going to use them today. So about the radio button, you already know. So this is just only a recap for you, that it is as we discussed in our previous class as well. So we will not spend the time, because this is just only for your brainstorming and for your reading, that this belongs to which one. So this belongs to the compound button, and it extends to the compound button. So you can see from here. So this is here, this is the compound button, and you see my mouse pointer, and then it goes to the checkbox and radio buttons. So these all things we are going to use them today. And then after the radio button, we will be using radio group as well. We will be using the radio group as well, which extend actually the linear layout, because it explains us that how we can place the group of the radio button. Normally we place it in the linear layout. So you can see that how we are going to use, and most things is once we will go the hands-on, that will help you to understand that how these things are working. And after that, we will be using probably about other dialogue, or maybe means the next lecture. but today we will be using about this rating bar or the status bar, or we can call the seek bar, and radio button, and the check boxes as well. So these are the things what we are going to use them today. So I hope you are ready for that. And when we go ahead, so you can see that these are the applications. So there are the 2 to 3 applications. One application is mentioned here, but we will try to go for the at least 2 of the applications, and then we will be using the third level as well. So be ready if suppose you want to join together, and you want to do that, or it depends on you. If suppose you want to understand first and then you can do it later, because video is already recorded one, you will have that with you, so there will be no issue means from the both side. So what we are supposed to do, first I just go there, maybe I just stop your screen sharing, and I may means share with you the entire screen. Okay, so just give me the 1 minute. I just share with you the entire screen, so as you can be able to see everything, because otherwise you will not be able to see the emulator as well. So here we go, and here we come back. So yes, the entire desktop. So please confirm, are you able to see that?
Yes, sir.
That's great. So now see here, I already means keep it on, running it. So you can see that we can save the time. So you can do like this as well, like you are doing the programming, and then you can switch off the power from here. You can see from the mouse pointer, you can follow my mouse pointer always, huh? And so we can means switch off the power, and then we can means keep our machine in sleep mode. So this will help us to save our a lot of time, means like maybe we will not require to reboot it again. And while you are working, suppose you are working, so you can close your projects, and then once you close your project, then it will take you to this particular screen. Okay, so this will be, it means that the Android is running in the background and it is ready to work. So when you will come back, you will save your a lot of time. So these are the few of the different means ways or meanings, so we can make your machines efficient, so you can do the things in a proper way. So before we start, we will go for the means radio button and the check boxes. I just try to show you that what actually we are planning to do today. Okay, that is actually, you can see for the radio button. So if we just run this application for the radio button, yes, we need to wait until the Gradle build is going to be done. We can keep it somewhere here so we can see the progress of the Gradle button. Yes, once it is done, so you can see from here, okay, 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 this is fine, okay. So it means we can run the application, and we can, now you notice that how much time we save, because the application is quickly loaded, everything is quickly. Android didn't take a time because at the background it was running. So now we run it because it is the first time. So it will taking a Gradle build. Okay, 0 errors. Okay, install successfully. Okay. So now you can see from here, this is for the radio button application. Now you can see from here, if we are selecting a yellow, so it allows us to select the yellow, and it shows the output in a yellow color at some particular part of our screen. And because it's a radio button, so it means that we can choose only one of them at a time. So you can see from here, in case if suppose we are going to choose the one which is the red, then automatically the previous selection is going to be vanish out. It is deselected. So you can see that we are coming from yellow to the red, and when we are going to the blue, so it can goes to the blue, and when we are selecting to the green, it is going to the green. So it is allowing us to be selected only one of them at a time. So because this is a radio button, and these all of them, we place them in a group, So this is how they help us to select any one of the option. First, we will target to this one to go to see that how we can handle that. As you remember that for the initial weeks, as we discussed already, that we will be going to write a code from the start, as you can understand, and you will be familiar with that. But this could be not possible in our upcoming labs when we have, our upcoming lectures when we have the a bit huge programs. But then what I will do, I will explain you line by line so you can understand, as we can finish those things within the time. Now we can stop it from here. You can see when I press the stop, so this changes from the red color, and when we go back to this one, so you will see that this application is down as well. So now you can see that here you can go, and from here you can see close the project. So when you close the project, you remember I show you this screen, so it means now Android is still running, but it means not taking your resources, means a lot of resources, so you can keep it in this position. So this is the number one, that what we are supposed to go for that particular part. And the second thing what we are going to do today, that is about the checkboxes. So I can show you that application as well, and then we will start doing one by one. And by doing this, you will be able to understand the few more concepts in that as well. So you can see from here that now it is okay, it is fine, and now we are able to there is no message here. So because it is running in the background, that's why it is very fast, and we are able to run the application. So we just run the application, and we can wait for the message here, or this green line message, install successfully. It means it is there, and we just go there. So you can see from here that this is now the checkbox, and here we are using the checkboxes and the button, and this is the text view, and we have something here as well where we can see the result. Say for example, we are selecting a Selangor and we are submitting the button, it shows us Selangor, our selection. If we are selecting the Ipoh, then it is showing us Ipoh as well, and if we are selecting the Shah Alam, then it is showing us Shah Alam. And in case if suppose we are removing any of the selection, it will automatically update our selection, and we are able to select more than one in this. So these two things are our goal, to brief you that how these things are working. Now when we stop this one, again the same operation will be done. So this will be stop from here, and this is stop from here as well. Okay, so be ready. Now we are going for the radio button first. Here we go. So now you can see that we have the same window, and we can choose a new application rather to open our previous applications, because that I just wrote for you. As you can see that actually what we are targeting, what we are going to plan to have at the end of the day. So if you are knowing before, so you will be knowing that what lines of the code or what design we are preparing, why we are doing this. So it will be helpful for your understanding. So now here, this is the start new project, and you must become the master for that. So you know that we are using the empty activity, and here we can come up like this way. So say for example, you have to name it properly. Okay, for me, I'm just using in randomly, just to brief you, and after that maybe I will delete them. But for you, you can rename not as a my application, you can rename as the standard by the lab number or lecture number, or what we are doing, like suppose for the radio button. For me, I just do like this RRBB radio button, so it is automatically I will maybe later delete that. But you may provide the correct name and correct everything. Okay, so you can finish that one. Remember the selections and everything, and you will notice that now the few of the things we will not be discussing. Why? Because the things what we discussed in a previously, so it means that is done, and you have the videos and lectures and everything. and there's no confusion in it. But in case if suppose something means make you confused, you can ask. There is no problem in it. But in case if suppose we will be keep discussing the same things again and again, so that will means eat our more time, and then we will not be able to means finish our targeted goal. So we are planning to have as much as we can get. So even today we will try to means have a program for this radio button and as well as for the checkboxes as well. So now you can see, you remember last time what we did, we came here, and after that we have to wait. So everything is okay, smooth, and everything is done. So it means the Gradle work is done. Now we can go to the, you remember last time I mentioned to you that we have to go from here resources, and then we have to go from the layout and blah blah. So now just see, because that was your first time, so we will be going to speed up the things with the time. So no need to go from here, because the two things are always the default file. The one is about the design and one is about the code. Whenever you open your application, they automatically will appear here, and it will automatically direct or point the first time to the means the code file. So you can, no need to go. If you want to go from here, it's up to you, no problem. But here you can means come directly. So rather to come from here, you can directly click to this one. This is the activity.xml. So this is going to disturb us. So maybe we can keep it somewhere. Maybe here, no problem. Yes, maybe here. If we can keep it here, no problem. So we can say we are in a split mode. So we can see that what we are designing as the last time. So you remember the last time as well, we did the sum of the changes, and now you know actually what we require. Okay. So the same way we are supposed to change the first and the most important part is about the constraint layout. That is not going to work for us. So what layout we are supposed to have? We have to have the linear layout. So now you know that how you can type the first thing and it will appear. So directly it can make all of the changes for you. So now here maybe we need some few things which we were not using previously. That is about the Android orientation. Okay, Android orientation, that we want to place it, say for example vertical. So how we are going to assign our means controls, and we are just using one more property for the Android. This is known as the Android padding. The padding is the same property what we are using in the tables as well. So the 10 dp, you remember we discussed that always the dp is means being used, only the sp will be used for our text or the font property. So you do remember that actually in the text view, this is the text view, but this is actually means mentioning about hello world. So we don't need this hello world and these things, so we can remove up to this stage. So we can remove this one, and we can press this one, and we can say here, say for example what this is for the radio button. So we can see select the color. Okay, so you can see here with my mouse pointer that it is automatically means moving there, and not to be any issue. These things we already discussed in previously, so we are going a bit speedy. Then we need to set the properties for the text. For example, it's a small one, so we can see the text size maybe 30 dp. It's not dp, sorry. This will be the sp because it is the text. And it's still, if we see here, is good, but we can make it more prominent. So we can see the Android text style as well. We can change it and we can make it bold. So this is fine now. Okay, and this is fine now. So when we go here, so if we go here to the design, we can see that this is select color and bold and everything. You remember last time we tried to set its margin from top and try to keep it in the center. If you wish, you can use it. So what I will do, I will try to use the some of the properties in some of the examples and some of the properties in some other examples. So you may not feel a burden and a long code in one, but you may understand. So in in this we are means not using those properties but we used earlier. But when you are designing, when you're done with this one, if you wish, you can use those as well, and you can use the some other new as well. Okay, so you need to be means careful about that. So now because we are using this for the radio button, so radio buttons always the are supposed to work in a radio in a group. So you can see from here, so we can call that as a radio group. Here is the radio group, and here below is the radio button as well. But first we need to have the radio group. So you can see from here the radio group is, we can say okay, you can go for match with the parent, and we can see that okay with the content, and what else we may require, which is the most important here, that is the ID. You remember we always say that we may not miss the ID. The last time we forcefully mentioned that we have to write the ID at the top to just means recall its importance that you may not miss. If you miss anything about ID, then we will not be able to handle it from the code, and it will means give us the error. But it doesn't mean that you are supposed to write must at the top. You can write it at any place, huh? But it is important, we cannot miss it. So we can say ID, and what is the ID we wanna means give it for this one. Say for example, we are saying this is the radio ADIO, yes, radio group. Okay, so because this is the group, radio group, so then we can means keep that okay to close this one, and then we can press the radio group. When we press this one, automatically it will going to XML will means close the radio group, not make any mistake. Okay, now whatever the radio buttons what we will be using, those all of the radio buttons must be within this radio group, otherwise they will not work. What it mean by not work? It means that they will work, do the functionality, but then user will be able to select more than one means radio button at the time. So then there is a no difference between the checkbox and the radio button. That's why we need to keep them inside the radio group. So I hope that you understand now what it means by the radio group and why we are keeping this one. So I can highlight this for you so you can see that we are keeping within the boundaries of this, how many whatever the radio button we want to use. So here we can use now radio button. So we can say here you can use this radio button. It's very easy, and you can see okay, match with parent, match with contents. These are the properties we already discussed in our previous class. So you can just go ahead, and the most important point you may not miss, that is about the Android ID. And what ID you want to give this one. Say for example, because we are changing the color, so we can say for example yellow. Okay, and what next may be the text size, how it appear. Yeah, this could be fine as well. So we can see the text size. So here is the text size, and you can say 20, 30, or even you can take an average 25 SP because it's a text size, so it will be SP always. And then we need to see Android margin for this one from the top. Okay, this is my mistake. Always I place the O before Android. Yes, Android. So Android we need to mention about the layout margin from the top. So where is the layout margin? Layout margin from the top. It is there. Yes, it is there. How much for this? Because it's the first one. So for the first one, we normally keep a bit more, and then the other, they are respective to each other. So again, it will be with the DP because we don't need anything. This is not something to do with the text. That's why it will be the DP. What else? Radio button looks like match with parent, wrap contents. Okay, it has the ID. It has the text size. Okay, and what else it has? Margin from the top. I believe all the necessary things are done. If all the necessary things are done, okay, we can go here at the end, at any place, no problem. You just press this bar and this is done. So there is nothing is left from the yellow one. So now we need the other button, say for example, which is for the red one. So if we need for red one, we just copy this button, only this radio button. Okay, and we just place it here, and we just place it here. So now it will make us means red. Okay, why not? Because this is already yellow button is there. So now we can means make it this one as a red. Okay, red, and then this property is okay, ID is changed, and this one is for the first one we can keep it the 10, but for this among the distance between them 5. So when you press a 5, you see this is showing you the red. Not to be worried, just click here, automatically it will be settled down. So this is done, this is done. See, we are red, and font size should be the same, like 25 here, 25 here, and this is the 5 dp there as well. So it means that everything is done, and the text, how it appear, it must be red. Did we apply the text how it will shows? Even in the first button we didn't. Android text size, but text size for what? There is no text property. Where is the text? It will assign to what? So Android, the text itself, there is no text, but we assign the property. So here we can see yellow, as it's for this one. We missed this one. So here also miss that one. There should be a text. Then we can only say that what it is. Text. This is what color is red. So this will be appear as red. Okay, now we can even copy this one again. The second one, the previous one was missing. Sometimes you will miss these type of things, huh? You need to enjoy that, not to be worried. Revisit them. Okay, so we're done with the means now 2 colors. One is the yellow, one is the red, and now we are going for example, for blue color. So it means the ID CB underscore blue. No worries. This is blue color, and the text appear. This is only caption, huh? So we can call the blue one 25 SP size, and this is okay, and this is okay as well. You can see from here on the right side, this is means making in a blueprint that how it will looks like, and you can find out the information from here. See from the top, this is the buttons, the yellow and red and blue and everything. Okay, so this is how we are means increasing working for this. Now maybe one more color we can add. You can add multiple colors, that's not an issue. Okay, but we are trying to make for 4 colors at the moment. So we can say here, so blue is there, red is there, yellow is there. Now say for example we are going for the green color. So the green, and here is the text, it should be green as well. So the rest of the properties are same. Now you see here, this is the most important point. Okay, we are closing a radio group here. So you can see once we highlight this one, it automatically highlighted here. We are closing the radio group here, and these buttons are inside that particular group. If they will not be inside that particular group, then it will not behave like the radio controls what we are calling them. Okay, now what is the next and the most important? It means if we are not selecting or not adding any more radio buttons, like you can see from here, this is screen. I can show you directly from here. So you can see this yellow, red, blue, and green. It means it is done. We are not going to add any more. Then in that particular case, it means we can come outside from this radio group. And now we can add the one of the text view here, but this should be between the linear layout. If you write something here, it will show you the error. So we cannot, because any of the control we are supposed to place using the sum of the layout as we discussed in our previous lecture. So now you can see from here, the T capital, the text view. Okay, and what about its Android layout bits? So now here you will be learning one more point importantly. Mostly you notice that we are using the Android layout width and height means wrap with the content and wrap with the parent. Okay, but here now we are not going to use this one. Why we are not going to use this one? Because this text view we require to means apply the colors on that. So we are not using wrap content or the match with parent, but we are using something else. What else? The value. We can say 250 dp. Okay, so you can see that it is not accepting, but don't you worry about that. Okay, and then this could be 250 by 250, so this will be looks like an square. So 250 by 250. Now see, notice you after some time it started accepting it. Now always the most important part is about the Android ID. So we need to define the ID, which is the most important. So for what we are doing this, we are doing this, say for example, for output. So we can say, means you can name it, but we are saying the TV is means the text view, and output always means put the naming in a way so you can understand it very appropriately. Okay. Now you can see when I means add this TV output, or when we say the layouts 250 and this is 250, see in a blueprint. This here, when you put the mouse pointer, then you can see from here. See what is the position for this one. Okay, this screen is empty. This screen is empty. This screen is empty. This is on something here. Got it or not? So now you will notice that what we are trying to do with this one and why we are trying to do with this one. Okay, so you can come here and we can say that the yeah, we can set the gravity, and you know that for what we are using the gravity. So we can use now the layout gravity. Here is the layout gravity, and then we are pressing it into the center. So when we done with this one, you see the text is moved, this text box is moved in the center. Okay, this is fixed in the center. Okay, that's great. Now what else could be inside the layout margin? We can select Android. Okay, layout margin from the top, that is the first most, means how far it could be. Like if we see from here, it is means no distance in between, so we wish to keep it up to the 20 dp or whatever, means you can launch it, then you can see that how the distance in between here, and you can reduce or increase the distance. It's up to you, design yours. Now here we reach to the one point. This is the important point. So guys, you need to understand. I will, when something important will come, I will become a bit slow as you can understand it well. See what I'm going to do. I'm writing here Android, okay, background. Okay, it's simple. We can choose any of the value from here, but no, I'm saying here at the rate drawable, sorry, drawable. Okay, drawable what? Nothing. I'm going to choose anything from the list, vector, launcher, blah 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 blah. Nothing. I don't want to choose anything. Okay, but I wanna see something which is my own. Okay, and when I say this one, and after that I'm pressing to close this one. Oh, what happened? It's showing red. Even I wrote this, but it's showing red. It is not means removing the red. The error is there. It is not accepting. Why it is not accepting? Because the reason is in the drawable. This drawable is what? This drawable is actually the folder drawable. Okay, in the drawable folder, there is nothing there, something which can be known as the outline. Now, what we need to do for that? Okay, before we do that, we have to go to we have to go to the means drawable folder now. Okay, so we need to add some information in that. So how we can means do that, and for when we are going there, we have to means rename that particular thing with the outline or whatever the thing or whatever the name we are using here. So you can find out here It is means mentioning us that something you are means missing, or you are using something which is actually by default there is no part of this application, there is no support is available. No worries, we can go from here. You can see from this is the drawable, and this is what we are writing at the rate drawable. Inside we are seeing outline, there's no outline. Okay, I'm going very slow so you can understand. Right click this one, go to the new, go to the drawable resource file, because that file which is under the name of the outline is not available. That's why we are supposed to create that particular file. You can see from here, I'm just repeating this outline, there is no file. That's why it is showing the red in the drawable. How we can create that file? It is only taking it as a means a symbol. So it's saying this cannot resolve a symbol because there's no thing and nothing values there. So we are just going simply here, right click, going to the new, going to the drawable resource file, clicking to this file, and you will have this particular window. And in this window, you are supposed to write the file name. What you are supposed to write the file name, you can copy paste this one, or you can write the same. So keep remember that means about the case sensitive and everything. Just make sure that everything is fine. So you can see outline. This is exactly the same. And after that, you just need to press OK. When you press the OK, you will be able to see here that something is known as the selector, and something means a one line, but there is nothing or no information in this. For sure, there is no information because this is the one what we created. So we created this for what? We are changing the selector into the shape. So just see here, I'm just choosing this shape. So you can see from here, this is automatically converted into shape from the selector. Okay, this is the change you are supposed to do. And then in the shape, what type of shape you are going to means do for this one. So you can write the Android, okay, Android, and the shape, okay, Android shape, okay, which will be means you can write which shape we want to use. Now if you're going like in this way, so you will notice that there is no help is coming to you. When you feel that there is no help coming to you, I did this initially intentionally, so you can understand that it means you are doing something wrong. If compiler is not providing you help, it means something is wrong. It doesn't mean that you are writing a code that is wrong, but it means something is wrong. What is the something is wrong? This means that something is wrong, that this is shape is started from here. You are you are supposed to, sorry, you are supposed to add this after this, means before you closing this one. Okay, so you just see here and come here. You remember we said Android. Now remember, just see now whatever we are writing, it's coming there. So this is the best check for you. So in case you suppose you start writing something and it doesn't appear, you can stop yourself there. That why the compiler is not providing us a hint, it means there is something wrong or something we are not following the standard. Okay, so now you can see the Android shape and everything is coming. Now I mean we are not supposed to write the rectangle, but the rectangle is appearing there as well. Okay, so now this is done. After that, we need to define its stroke. Stroke means how much its line bar has the width. Like suppose you will notice here. So I can write the stroke. Stroke is here, and Android width I can define. This is the Android width, and I can see the 1 dp. So you can notice from here, just see this is 1 dp. Okay, just see here what happened if suppose I see the 4 dp. Notice here, just see the thickness of the line. Okay, if I see here, okay, if suppose I say the 10 dp, so just see now how thick this one. So not to be worried about that. Okay, we are just trying to make the shape of that text view. This is something new. I try to add this few things new in each and every lecture, so you can be learning, so you can be able to learn the new concepts. So we don't want this much, means thick one. We only want the one but we were just trying to learn that how we can create that one. So the 1dp is okay, done. We don't need anything. So then now we can close that one. So once it is closed, so it means now this is done. Now no need to go from here. Just see whatever the file you will open, they will keep remaining opening there. The moment we came back here, just see this is now green. There is no error, nothing. Why there is no error? Because the previously it was showing that there is a no outline.xml is there. But now it is showing that no, this is there. So that's why we can go and we can use that one. So up to here, we believe that our design is done. Our design is complete. So once our design is complete, it's a good practice. Please switch off your, mute your mics. Okay. So once it is done, it means your design is done. So it's a good practice whenever you have a design done, before you start to make it functional, it is better to go and check it that it is working or not. Okay, so you can fix the design first and then you can go for that. So now today you notice that means designing a design is a simple, quickly and easily for you. Okay, so now you see we are running, and always be patient. Okay, and see this bar. No need to be worried. Always you must have something, tea, coffee, something. I also have something, you can hear the voice. Okay, so install successfully. Okay, now go there. Just see there, this is yellow. We can select red, we can select blue, we can select green, we can select. It behave like a radio button, but there is no functionality behind it. And you can see this is the 1dp. Okay, and the shape is, even though it's a square, but we make it the rectangle. So you can make any other shape as well for any control. So now our task is to make it functional, that how we can fetch the code and how we can fetch these values. For that, it is simple, not a problem. I hope you understand up to this. We can stop this one and wait. Okay, because sometimes we try to do this and go quickly. Don't do like this. If you're doing Android, you have to have the patience. So now it's a very simple. Just you remember, we have to create the instances. So you need to know, like what we did last time, what controls we are using. So you remember the controls. The one is we are using the radio button, and for radio button, what we are using. The moment you will write this one, you see at the under red line and here red line and here red line. Not to be worried about this red line, because you are not done. You are not finished with the code. Okay. So we have the CB, what we use, one is the red. Do remind me, if suppose we miss anything. CB, what was the next? Maybe the yellow, and so we use yellow, and after yellow, we also use green or blue. Yes, blue, I believe, yes. How many colors we use? 4 colors. So this is blue, as yes, yes. The fourth is the green, yes. And CB, green, yes, green as well. So we can rename this one to keep the symmetry, so that's not an issue. So you can see that now there is no red line. So it means the radio button we used. What else we are using in this text view? The text view, the one which is for the output. So here is the text view, and we can name it as the TV output. So out text view for output. Okay, that's done. And what else? We use radio group as well. I remember, yes, it's radio group. So here is the radio group, and we name that as the radio group. So nothing is left. Done. Top text view, yes, output, and everything is done. Okay, done. Now you remember already what to do. Not to be worried. Just come here, and you need to find by ID to all of the controls that what we are using. So it is pretty simple. You just start from the top, just start from here and just go up to the end. So you can see the CB red. Go in a sequence as you may not make any mistakes. So red had the first, so red is first. CB right here, so it is the color is changed. This is the indication that this is done now. Okay, find by ID, and you are already master. We already discussed it, why we are doing this. So we are knowing about that. So what was its ID? Now here is the ID. The ID what we created in XML. Huh? You remember CB? Which one is that? Red. Red. Yes, red. Okay, done. Red is done. So see the mouse pointer. We can go for yellow one. Okay, no problem. CB yellow. Here it is. Here it is. Find by ID r dot id dot the CB. This is yellow. So this is yellow. Go outside. Put the semicolon and done. CB blue. Here is a blue, and most of the time, like suppose see, you can use your cursor point and select the values. So this will means make you benefit in a way that there will be less chances to do any means bug or error, because while we are human, we are typing, so maybe we type the wrong spelling or something wrong at some place, then we will be means in a trouble later on. So this is the right way. So you can like suppose find out this way, and this is easy. So this is ID dot, which one is this blue? So if it's not appearing, we just make CB, so everything will come closer to you. Okay, that is done. Which is left? So you can see the color for this and for this and for this is changed, and the green is still not there. So we can write the green, find by ID, and all that ID dot CB, and this is the green. So it means the first of our row is done. But now what is the next? We have the two more things as well. The two more things, one is about the TV output. From here we can see, and the radio button. No problem, just go for that as well. TV output is equal to find by ID. So r.id dot what we place the ID for TV output, we need to remember. So that is the TV underscore output. Yeah. So you can see here automatically it will appear for you. Okay, done. The next is the radio button, radio group. Sorry, radio group, and you can go for the find by ID r.id r.id, and what is that? Radio. No. Wait. Not to be urgency. Okay. R.id, not RID. Okay, and that is the radio crop that is there. So it means that is done. So all of the things are done. Just make sure one more time. It is better that while you are writing, you just try to make sure. Not means go. It's not a good approach. Finish the program and again come back, because that thing will require more time to fix the bugs. But if suppose you are going line by line and checking yourself, then it is something good that will be means more efficient way, what we can call. Okay, now we are done with this one. Now what we are supposed to do, we need to have the means make it functional. So we need to call the on radio button set on the check change listener, not on the click listener. If you remember, for the button last time we used the click listener, but here we will use the radio group. So we can go for the radio group dot what it is be set check, not the change, checked change listener, where it is hierarchy. No, yeah, the one number one change listener. So this will help us to means whenever the values is going to be changed, it will help us to means know that what is happening. Okay, just 1 minute, I have a call, so I just pass the mic for 1 minute. Sorry, my students, for this something urgent call was there. Okay, we're going back. So here we are. So what we were doing about the radio group Y. I said, okay, to change that, whatever the change of the status will be there. So we need to the radio group, because that is in the radio group. So we can call the radio group on checked change listener. On checked change listener, that is the first value, yes. So we can make it done. So now the process of the remaining of the code, what it is required, we are supposed to go for that one. So how we can handle this one? This is very easy to handle this one, because that is the radio button. In that particular button, what we need to do, we are supposed, for example, we can apply the switch case statement. I hope that you are aware about the switch. So you can see it's very simple. Then we can see that which one is we are choosing. So okay, the switch, and inside the switch, what we need to use, the ID, the checked ID. Yes, because based on the ID it will means mark. So you can see from here the checked ID, and here the checked ID in the group. So it will check from the ID from the group, and it will help us. So now we need to come up with the remaining code. That code is, now we need to define about the cases. We can say okay, the case number 1, what could it be? Because we are working with the ID, so we can say r dot ID dot which one, CB, which we want to call. Say for example, we want to call red, so we can say the red. That if suppose this is the case, we have to press here colon. Don't forget, because this is the switch case statement. Okay, if this is the case, then in that particular case, what it is supposed to be done, if it is red, so where it goes to the output to show us the color, where it shows the color in the output. What is the output? That's the means text view output. That's why we can write the TV output. You remember, that's why we are saying TV output. What it should do, set the background color. We can see set the background color, because it goes to the TV output, and set the background color. But how it do, get resources. Okay, get resources from where? Get color, get the color. Yes, get color. But which color? Which values are, we can see it can means collect the resources from where? From the color. So where are the color resources? You remember the color resources, they are actually inside the resource folder. So say for example, I'm saying here color red. Okay, so if I'm saying here color and red, because we are doing for the red, you notice it is not accepting. It is saying that means okay, we just finished this one, break this one, but the color red, it is showing that this is no color red there, and it is showing no, this is not accepting. So why not it is accepting? And what are the resources? This is another new point for you to be learned from this one. Okay, because there is no red color, there is no yellow color, there is nothing there. So where it is, so we have to know already. You remember in the first class we discussed that we have to go in a values and in color.xml. So when we go in a color.xml, we can find that these are the default color values: color primary, color primary dark, and the color actions. So you remember while I was discussing, while I was clicking here or trying to write here, so it was showing us these values, what the values are shown here, but it was not able to show us those color, what we are saying that we need a color red and we need a color yellow or blue or green. It was not showing us. The reason is that there was no value for the color defined in this one. So that is actually fetching the color values from there. So now what is the solution? If there are no color, no problem. We can create the colors there. So say for example, we can say the color, okay, color name. What color for first we need? We need suppose color red. Color and color red, and then okay, we close this one, and then here we have to provide the value for the red color, and you know already that how we provide the value. Okay, this is simple, means FF and 000 4 times, that is actually the red color. So you can see from here. Otherwise you can put the hash and you can have the color, and then you can choose from the plate, that what we discussed last time. So it means now the red color is there. So if we go back, the see still it is a red line. Okay, so color red. Now if we come back here, so this is fine, this is fixed, but it's still issue because that's we didn't finish this one, that's why this is the issue. But this is still issue the color red, but we need not only the color red, we need the color blue and green and the other colors as well. So what we need to do, we need to means finish for the other colors as well. So we can say the color name. What the next color? We can say the color yellow. We need to do means for all of the colors, and okay, after this sign. So we can say for the color yellow. So for the color yellow is the value, normal value is the means F3 to 4 times and 2 zeros. It is not O, it is 0. Okay, so you can find out from here. This is yellow color. Yes, this yellow color. So we can see the color. Okay, why you are going here? Be at the same level. So we are saying now the color red is done, yellow is done, and blue and green only left. Okay, the blue color is blue, and the same pattern means very simple. Provide the hash value, and this is means in reverse order of the red. So you can provide the 4 zeros and double F. So this will be means opposite to that one. And then this is the color name. Color now only the green is left, so we can provide this one the hash value, and for the 0 is all of the number 80000, and this will be we can make sure that this is okay. So this is okay, this is done. Then now we can go back to our code, and then we can see that how it is happening for the rest of the. So now this is done. Switch case statement, tag ID. In case is the red, then the TV output set background color will be color red, otherwise it is going to break the statement. Now what we need to do, we need to repeat this statement for multiple times. How many colors we have? This case we just Control C, and here we go. Remember, we need to be inside the brackets, otherwise you will make a issue. You can go to means avoid that one. If the case is what the case is yellow, but we need to call with the CB yellow, yes, with ID. If the ID is the yellow, then the output will be not the color red, but you can press the sign here and it will show you now here. Now you can see now yellow is showing here because now that color is residing there. Okay, 2 of them are addressed. Okay, now I'm just creating the space. Oh, we already had copied, huh? I will hope so. No worries. Yes. So now the red is done, yellow is done. For example, we go for yes, blue ID is there. Then we can go for blue, color blue. That's coming. Yes, it's coming. So it is fixed by default, and then we can go for the last one color, which is for the cream color, and it automatically shows us, so not to be worried for that. And where is a cream? So you can see from here. Yes, so now you can see even from here that how it is showing that the red and green and color, whatever the colors we are means bringing them, so it is showing us all of the colors as well. Okay, so now it is means done. There is nothing, I believe, left in that. all of them are done. So why still it is showing us the error? This is the question, that why it is showing us the error. Maybe we close some of the brackets wrongly. So we need to double check the switch is checking, okay. Check by ID, okay. Then the case is the okay colon, then TV output, that the get color, get resources, the color is red, okay. Then we have the break, then we have the case ID and CB yellow, this is okay, this is okay. And then we have to have what we are missing, the one of the bracket maybe we are missing, I believe so. And then its scope is out. Did we open the bracket for the switch? Yes, we already opened. Okay, okay. Then what we are missing actually? There should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should be from the top to bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. One are missing. I don't know. Okay, you just use that one. Check ID. Oh, it was already. Oh, it was open, but it was not closed. Maybe we delete somehow. Okay, one. This is for switch. Yeah, this is for function. Okay, okay. This is me. Okay. Anyhow, it's done. Fixed, I believe. So one was open and it was not closed. That's why. So we can save it. Save it first. Once you run your application, it is automatically saved. Okay. So now here we go. And here we wait, because the first time it will take a bit time, but you use the tricks what I'm telling you, then it will be quickly. Oh, it's starting. It's not allowing me to have something to drink. No worries. You can see from here. Oh, yellow is working now, red is working now, blue is working now, green is working now. Wow, well done. So this is how you can see now the other controls, that what we can use them and how we can make them active. Still we have time. It is still we have time. Maybe we go for attendance first, because while we are doing these things and we forget about the attendance, then it will be create a problem for us. Before we go for the checkboxes, we can go for the attendance first. Okay, so please make yourself ready. Here we go. Keep your cell phones ready. Congratulations for your first. This is done. Here is the U3H4RN. U3H4RN. Very great. Very great. Be quick. I can type this one as well. So anyone who is missing, because we know how many we are. Here we go. Yes, that's a code I typed there, because the whole desktop is shared with you. So probably it will 35 are there. Okay. So take 2 minutes time. Meanwhile, I can finish the drink. So take your 2 minutes time to finish the attendance. Then we again start the second. Yes, please do as soon as possible your attendance, because it shows the uh, 35 out of 37. Hey, only 33. The two are gone. Maybe they were waiting for the attendance. Anyhow, finish your attendance quickly out of the 33. So it is 32. Yeah, then only the one is left, maybe. Yes. So the code is still means there. Yeah, the code is still already in our chat box. So 33 are done. So anyone who's left, so you can be there and mark the attendance. Meanwhile, we can start quickly as we can be able to finish the second part as well. So again, the same thing. We'll just go to stop this one, and always be very patient. Okay, Android is a wrong name for this product. Maybe the name should be the patience. See, this is done. Now you can go and you can close your project, and then you can reach next again to this window, and now you can select again a moment again. Yes, so here we go. Here is the new application, and this is for checkbox, but probably you use the in a proper way. So here we go. We make it finish. I will try to go a bit faster, but not on those places where we means things are new for us, as we can finish in time, or maybe we will take few more minutes. So I hope there will be no issue for that. Okay. So we need to wait until we reach here. Yeah, this is done. Everything is okay. Automatically it's expand and done. So it means that we are at the right place. So we can go for a split, and then we can start the first and the most important part, that we are not using the constant layout. So we just try to remove that one with the linear. So this is the linear layout, and we try to make the changes what we did for our last, which is the Android orientation. Okay, Android orientation, and orientation will be vertical. And the next, these things we already done right now, huh? So that's why I'm just going a bit quickly. And the Android padding, okay, the padding is the 10 dp. That's it. And what else we may be required from here? We may require up to remove up to this one. Try to be a bit quickly so we can rename it. So what want we rename it? Because now we are using this for our select the city names. Select city name. That's it. And also we need to set the primary properties. I don't know, whenever I write Android, always I keep O first, then R. So Android, what properties we need to set about that? The one is the text size, how it looks like, the same thing, but we just done. The text size maybe 20 or maybe 25. maybe we have a multi space no issue. So this will be SP. Okay, what else? Okay, what else we are supposed to do to make its style? Text style, the bold. Does it looks like that it's the something? It's good. So that's done now, and now we can use the checkbox. And now here, the thing is that in the checkbox, uh, we are not supposed to use like a radio button. You remember in the radio button, we said the radio group, and inside the radio group, we place the radio buttons. But here, no. Here, the checkbox, each and every checkbox is independent. So we just go directly for the checkbox. So we can see the checkbox. Checkbox is here, and we can open like suppose say this is done. I'm just going a bit quickly, and for sure we have to come up with the Android ID, and what ID you want to give it. Say for example CB, and city name is what? Selangor. Selection for Selangor. And what else? How what we are Android, and always I bring O before layout margin from the top. The for first, this is first. So for first we always give a bit more. So we can say 20 dp, and then we can close this one. So remember last time we forget something. So at this time we may not. So what it is? Okay, okay, okay. We hope that this is done. ID, which is the most important, we didn't miss. Okay, and layout we didn't miss. See, when we go, when we lose the patience, we will make always mistakes. So what we are missing, the text size, because Selangor will be shown as how text size. We missed about that. So what size we use here? 25. So we can say 25 here. See, 25 SP, and then what else? Selangor is there. Text is there. ID ID is there. Okay, but where is the text? Text itself, where it is? My goodness. Text itself to whom it will means text we must require, and that is the Selangor. Yes. Now the text there, text size there, and ID there, and how it looks from the top or left, bottom, everything is there. So now we can see that yes, okay, this is our text box is sorry, checkbox is complete. Okay, so done with this one. We can then copy this one, and then we can come up, give the proper space so you may not make any mistake in it. So what is the means Selangor, and then the next maybe any name of a city. I suppose we can call the Ipoh. If you're using this ID, then we may use the symmetry, that this will not create a trouble for us. This is okay. Yeah, the text caption will be changed. This is the caption, so I should be capital. And this is may not be the 20 because that is only for the first means to be appear. Even 5, 7, 10 is more than enough as well. So this is done, this is done, layout is there, text is there, size there, and everything is there. Okay, so this is done. Now we can copy this one and we can paste this one. There we go. And now Ipoh is done, Selangor is done. Maybe we can go for the Shah Alam. So can we go for Shah Alam? Shah Alam. Okay, and here it need to go like a same way, Shah Alam. Okay, and also this is 5 dp. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3. checkboxes are there. We can even include more, but right now we add the 3. So city name is there and this is there. Okay, so for the first thing, we may make it right layout gravity into center because it doesn't looks like good. You can means play later on to make it good. Yes, seems like means something better, but we are not looking at the moment for the beauty and these things. Okay, so these things are done. Now what we need else, we need the button when we press whatever we selected, huh? So okay, no problem. The button is button. We already used the button. Yes, this is the button. Button is there. Button is there. And what type of the properties button may require? The most important point we may not miss, that is the ID. Okay, so Android ID, what ID you wanna place that? Button underscore submit. That will be doing the operation for us, or submission for us. And then what will be the caption? That what we call the Android text. That will be submit. Submit, yes, okay. Not add, submit is okay, means that's the same thing. And the layout from the means top margin, layout margin, where it is from the top margin. Why it's not showing the top margin? Okay, it will come, not to be worried. Layout, I write the layout and it will come. How long? Maybe that means difference from the last control, maybe 15 dp is fine. Yes, we can see 15 dp is okay. Yeah, a couple of space here, no problem. Yes, 15 dp. And what else? Anything else is left? I believe no. If no, we just press the forward bar so the button is closed. So we have checkbox. We can private value, we can click this one, but then where the value will be going to means appear after that. Yes, so we need to have that one, the text view. Okay, so just see, when I start writing, it's not showing any help. It means I'm doing something wrong. I told you like before. So you just means be alert at this stage. So the text view, we need the one. Okay, for the caption only, which can means provide us the information that what we have selected. Yes, okay. So first of all, we can define about ID, and ID we can call selected city, or even no need for the ID for this one, because this is only a caption. So means no need for the ID. We will not be using this one. Okay, so we can provide the text, means the what we call the caption or whatever it is. So selected. We need ID whenever we want to use that one. Selected city, and maybe the size we can define, right? Android text size. Yes, we can say 25. Okay, we can say Android. Wait. Don't pay size, text size, SP. Yes, we can say it may looks bold as well. Android text style, maybe bold, and we can say what to make it more beautiful. Android layout. Android, did we write correct? What is the mistake we are doing? Oh, okay, we missed this one. So you can be alerted the time. Oh, okay, here, what are you doing with us, young man? So Android layout gravity, center could be the good, bold could be the good, and everything is done for this caption is done. Now we need another text view which actually will help us to show our output. So you can see from here, This is now will be showing us the means output. Okay, so we can go for that one. So we can now here we have to have the ID because we will call that in the code as well. So for that reason, we need to have the ID. And for the ID, we can see that ID is the say for example output. Yes, this is for using for the output. So we can say output, no problem at all. Okay, then the text size, text size, text size will be for the output. How much it will be? Maybe it will be 40 even good because this is something good for us. Okay, and what else? Text alignment, where we can place the text alignment. Android text alignment. This is another property. More beautiful is in center, so we can keep it in center, no issue, without any issue. And layout from the top, yeah, this should be important as well, but this will be inside that one, so that there would be no issue at all. So you see layout top is below here and right margin, so we can even place a 5 dp, sorry, 5 dp as well. So then I believe everything is done for that particular part. Nothing is left. So if we just see our design, so you can see this is okay. Okay. Yes, this is okay in all of the things. I believe nothing is left. Okay, okay. There is something is not means seems good. Okay, that thing is, if we just go to the design, you can see this is space of the text view. If we will select the Selangor, Ipoh, and Shah Alam, so you will notice that this is means a one line space. Oh, okay, this is not something correct. So rather we need to means change this with the 250 like what we did in the radio button for making the colors. But why not we just do something else so you can be able to understand, means learn one more thing. Like suppose here this is the height for this one. We can say remove wrap the contents, but you can say fill parent. See now, fill parent, whatever the space will be empty, it will fill for us. See now here, now this is good. We can select Selangor, Ipoh, Shah Alam, so it can show are like this. Yes. So you can do that, but while you are providing the value 250, it means you can control the space, whatever the particular part. Wrap it a text, so it means one line of text like that. And when you're saying with the means fill with the parent, so then whatever the space is remaining, it will take it. So this is something new, probably for you. So this is done. We can save it, young men and young ladies, and then we can go to run it and can see how it is working, our design, and then we can be able to go for the code part. Very simple and very easy as well. Okay, so here should be our output. Waiting, install successfully. Oh wow, very beautiful. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, it allows us behave as like this, but when we say submit, there is no action. You notice here means the text view is not showing anything. In the previous example, it was showing us, okay, because of the shape. Remember, we went there and we means create a shape and blah 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 blah. Anyhow, we are just coming back. So this means that we are done with that particular part. So now we are just going to go for the code. So in the code part, we can write about what we are using. That's one thing. We are using the checkboxes. So okay, the checkbox. what we are using, the checkbox CB. One is the Selangor. Okay. Other one is the Ipoh, I believe. Yes, Ipoh. Other one is the Shah Alam, I believe. Shah Alam. Yes or no? Yes or no? The last one is the Ipoh Shah Alam. Yes. So these are the things what we are using. So this is done. What else we are using? Using a button, you know, button for submitting the button. So we can call BT submit button for submission, and the text view we are using as well. We are using the two text view, but the one we don't want to use it means we call it because that's only the caption. So we can see output, TV output, text view output, and that is done. Only these things are we are using, I believe. Nothing else. If we recall, we can come back. Okay. Now we are supposed to means call all of them. You remember how we can call them? Simple. So we can call them CB, Selangor. You notice I'm trying always to go in a sequence like this, whatever we are providing, and sequence what we are providing there. Do this, keep this as a usual practice. By doing this, you will not missing anything. Means there will be less of the chances that you will be missing something and you will be making a mistake. Okay, so that's why this is important. Otherwise, we can go means randomly. It's not a problem. But in randomly, maybe we will miss something and then we will be in trouble. So the Selangor find by ID, that is R. Now this are for this you are become an expert, huh? CB Selangor is here. Done, done, done. CB, what is the next in the list? CB Ipoh. Ipoh, okay, find by ID R dot ID dot CB and Ipoh done, and this is done. CB, what is the next? Is Shah Alam. So leave Shah Alam and find by ID. This is R dot ID dot Shah Alam should be there. So here Shah Alam. So this is done with Shah Alam. And then the BT button. Now we are in the next row. BT submit. Yes. Find by ID. Yes. R dot ID dot BT submit. Remember that's the ID. Now this is the ID it's taking from the XML. Huh? And this one is what we are creating. That what we are creating here, the references. Okay, so we are done with this one. And also the last thing about the TV output, text view output. Okay, this is the find by ID, and this is R dot ID dot what we name it for there, TV output, TV output, R dot ID, TV output. No, what was the name? Did you remember? Okay. ID output. Okay, only output, not TV output. You see, that's why it's not coming. Output. Yes. So you can recall that how it appears and from where it is. Okay. So this part we're done. Now we are saying that in case if suppose CB dot Selangor okay, first one is CB. Wait for a minute, not CB Selangor. CB Selangor dot set click listener. Now again it will come here. Okay. Why is click listener? Because now we are going to click on that particular part. Okay. So in click listener, you remember already last time we used about the view on click listener. So view on click listener, here it is. So our method is ready on click view. That whenever we click on that one, so what it is supposed to do. Okay. So we are just putting the if condition. We are saying that if CB Selangor it's already coming, is checked. Okay. If CB Selangor is checked, then what it's supposed to do, now you need to be very careful about these brackets. If you miss something, then again you will need to recall and revisit everything like what we did before. If this is the case, then what happened? Then CB Selangor, if this is the case, then it need to means set text color and get resources. Remember the same thing what we used there, so dot get color, okay, get color, okay, fine, but which color? R dot color dot. Now from here you can see it will show us only the colors which are there actually. But for example, we are means saying that it need to go to select the color black. So if we say the color black, okay, then what happened? It will make it red. It will not allow us to go to make it done because the color red is not there. Now, what we are supposed to do? Do you remember about that? What we are supposed to do if suppose this is the case? And then in this case, what we are supposed to do at this stage, we need to go to the color XML and again do the following changes that what we have done previously. Okay, so you remember, because we have to have these color values there. So go to the color XML and you will find here there is no black color. Color black, there is no color black. So we can make the changes here. And the color name is the color black. Okay, and then we close this one and provide the value for the color black. And for the color black, this is the value is only 3 zeros. So you can see from here that this is the color black value. And we also means change this color. Means you can change any. This is the default color value. You can change any value. Why we are changing, you will understand now. Say for example, we are changing with the this color, green color, are suppose with the dark green color. Okay, green and black. So we can save it, and then we can go back to our code. So now, if you see that the color black, what we mentioned there, that is now means done. That is, there is no issue with that. Did you notice that one? So the color black is now seems to be fine. Now this is done with the color black, but this is done for in case of the if condition for the Selangor. Now we need to do that. That's what we have done for this for the means in case of the Selangor. What happened in case you suppose the there is the click listener is going for the EPO, and then what will be happen? Okay, so for that particular case, we are supposed to either repeat that part, or either we can means select this one and we can go up to here and we can copy this one and we can write down here, and we can place it here. You can see from here it is showing us CB Selangor. The next of our value is not CB Selangor, but that is the in sequence is EPO. See from here. So we can see CB EPO. Yes, EPO on click listener. If this is CB EPO, yes, CB EPO, then it need to set the color for CB EPO, black color, CB EPO, the color. Now in EPO, we wish to, if suppose this is checked, so in that we can see the two things means very important here. Okay, in a previous way, we we said something. Okay, we said the color black. Okay, wait a minute. We missed because when we go in means hurried way, so it means that we miss because we just apply the if in the Selangor and we didn't apply the else, the color black. Okay, so we missed that part in this as well. So we see that suppose set the text color. So this is not this one. By default, it may select the color and shades. Suppose this is selected. Else, so we can see here else will come. So here we can see the else, and then this in this else value. If this is not the case, then CB Selangor, yeah, this is CB Selangor portion. Yeah, CB Selangor portion. Set the text color, get resources, and get color. Okay, and now in that particular case, the r.color should be the color black. Color black. So here we go. If it is checked, then this one, that color is green, what we prepared, and this is not the case, then this one. So rather to make a mistake, better to avoid that, you can just copy and paste again, because otherwise they will disturb you, these arrows and these things. Now you can make for Ipoh. Yes, now you can make this for Ipoh. Yes, and the same thing you can make this for it as well without having any means mismatch or any problem or any issue maybe later we face. Okay, so this is done. In that case, green color. Otherwise, it will show to the black color. Okay. Now the same thing we need to do for our third part. So you just come here. We already copied. We just already press it here. That is the Shah Alam. CB Shah Alam. Yes, that is there. CB Shah Alam. Shah Alam. That's there. Only we are just changing the values now. The rest of the part will be the same. Shah Alam. That is the same. My goodness, time is almost over, but we will try to finish it. Huh? Okay. And this is the Shah Alam. So now in that particular case, if that is the case, do this and do this, and the Shah Alam checked, else just go to the color black. Everything is done. Now we are supposed to go for the button, because when we click to the button, so what action could be done? This is done. We just double check one more time. We defined, okay, we call, okay, if and else both, if and else both, if and else both, fine. Now we just go for the button, which we call that the BT submit, yes. And for the button, we set on click listener, because when we click listener, we'll call, it will help us to define us the new view on click listener. So we just click that one, and now here we mention again that if, but before that we have to means come up some variables so we can pass the value. Okay, no worries. So we are just defining a local variable here. My goodness, string. We can say that we are defining an as a string, and that is empty, and yes, that can hold any value. Okay, fine there. Now what happened if CB Selangor is selected? Okay, if this is CB Selangor is checked, okay, if this is the case, then what happened? Actually, if this is the case, no worries. If this is the case, then in that particular case, okay, what we need to do, we need to assign that particular value, but in what way? Okay, in the way where we can use the /n, so it can go to the next line. And then what it is selected, CB Selangor. Okay, Selangor, then it comes and appear the Selangor. Yes, that's true. And if this is not the case, so we can apply if again. If this is the case for Selangor, then it may go for the Selangor. Okay, and what happened if the case is different? There's Ipoh, then we can say if CB Ipoh, yes, then the text should be also in the next line. It can appear Ipoh, and if this is the case, then what we control V. What we need to do if this is the case, Shah Alam, yes, then what it need to show us, it need to show us the Shah Alam. But okay, if this checked, then Shah Alam, if this checked, then Shah Alam, okay, but then where and how it will show us? It will show us the output of in TV output, yes, TV output dot, it will show us like a set text. Okay, set text, and what variable, what we define there, that is the S here. So I believe done, but not sure. We can run and then we can see if something error, we can go and yeah, almost we are getting the time. Okay, no error in text, hopefully no error in logic as well. So install and run and done, but we need to see is it done or not. So we just click this one, Selangor. Wow, Selangor. We're done with the Ipoh. Wow, Ipoh. We're done with the Shah Alam. Wow, Shah Alam. We remove any one of them, we Ipoh Shah. Yeah, that's great. So this is how means this is working. It's a simple, and I'm just trying to means show you. Just stop this one, and because this is a recording, so it can help you. So I'm just trying to show you the code completely, slowly from here to here. So later you can be able, while you will start developing, so you will be able to see this from the code. Yes, here a bit longer code, but very simple. Only if else, nothing else. Okay, so that's done, and the rest of the thing is we made the changes in colors.xml. We just made the changes in these two values only. Okay, and this is the XML part, and simple. But again, show you one by one as you can be able to see this one. Okay, and again, okay. So that's all about today. We are done with our time as well. Thanks God that we finished within the time. So just see, now I will just minimize this one, even though I will use in maybe after a week or how many days, whatever it is, and I'm switching off the power. So it means that they will be misworking. Just minimize that one. Okay. Now, for the seek bar means that was also we supposed to explain you a bit, but because of the time. So what you need to do, you can do the practice for both of them. And means on top of that, once you are done with this one, you can make some changes in it. And once you are done with this one, then you can also try to play with the seek bar, but not allowed to ask from anyone. Try to do yourself, face the challenges, not an issue, because from those challenges you will be only able to learn the things. Okay, so I hope you understand. Wish you best of luck. Thank you very much. Just stopping the recording. Thanks for your time. If you have any question, please let me know.
Sir,
Yes, please.